the idea of giving a gift always starts when you know the person that you're gifting to. So, it's about understanding what they're all about, what their likes are, what their interests are. But I mean, these days, it's not so difficult because life is such an open book.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, okay, so for example, I mean, we know that you like wearing dresses, you love accessories, as you can see. You don't like wearing jeans, you're a very creative person.
Shut up, Shibani.
Look, I think social media makes the world smaller. I think we all know that. It's no secret that, I'm constantly on social media myself. And look, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it gives you the opportunity to really get to know people without having to know them. So, I mean, men aren't as forthcoming on social media as women are. I mean, it's usually about football or Game of Thrones or something, but that's where Scotch Whisky plays such a great role, because it is the ideal gift to give, and you really need to know very little about the person, but you can still make it something that's personal.
Absolutely, I think when I have to give something to someone, it's very important that I'm not the general gifter, who just pick up the regular tie or just like have this whole lot of pen that I have that I just gift away. I think it's important that there's a certain amount of thought and it should show in the gift that you're giving. But again, coming back to what she just said, that if you are trying to be this kind of gifter who is trying to make it special, trying to make it different, personal at the same time, it's very difficult because when it comes to men, it's almost impossible to not end up being the general gifter. And you have to be the right 69. And that's because, my father was in the army, and that's his favorite. That 69 was his favorite. And I remember my childhood memories are of, him kind of saving a Scotch Whisky bottle for his friends if they came over, or some relatives would come over and we would get together on a special occasion, maybe somebody got, he was either dining in or dining out or something like that. So all these memories, I remember this bottle very firmly there in the bar. So I think a VAT 69 would be an obvious pick for me.
What about you, Shibani?
So I'm not much of a rager anymore, so I'm one of those girls that likes to kick back on a Friday night with friends at home. Yeah, it's not boring. But it always makes for an interesting evening when you have a bottle of black and white. I'd probably go for that because it's best enjoyed when shared, and I think when you're kind of sitting around on a Friday night, just hanging out with friends, that's a great one to go with. I'd probably say Black Dog would be something that would be great if someone
And I was pretty surprised, but I think it's a sort of a trend that's catching on now. And there is a lot of Scotch Whisky and these special collections being gifted, different occasions. So yeah, I have, I have also tried that myself, kind of getting initiated and developing a taste for this. So yes, I have.
What about you, Shibani?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I enjoy a glass of Scotch Whisky every now and then. I've been given it as a gift. I've given it as a gift. And who would say no to it? It adds to your collection. And I think the great thing about Scotch Whisky these days is that we're not just thinking of it as a drink that you have on the rocks or neat. You can have it as a cocktail. There are many different ways to enjoy it, as long as you do it responsibly. But I think that's what makes it so great.
It's legendary, and of course the main thing is I think White 69 bottle is something everybody knows.
Shibani, and yours is black and white Scotch Whisky.
That's right. So as I mentioned before, it's about sharing, usually with friends, so I would say friendship. And as I mentioned, I love, when you're sitting at home on Friday night with a bunch of friends, it gives you that cozy feel as well. So I go with friendship, sharing, and cozy.
Now we'll give you an added curveball, Shibani. Just, out of love and affection. You'll earn no extra points for this, but in terms of respect. You also mentioned Black Dog Scotch Whisky. How would you define that one?
Sophisticated, refined,